there's a sign there that says flooded, and it's down, way down there.
So it's January 26th. Pretty much all of our snow is gone. The road's getting soft. And it's like winter hasn't even started yet.
So for at least a month now, it's been unseasonably warm for winter in Alaska. Now that might sound like a nice change, like, oh, you know, winters are supposed to be really cold there. It must be really nice to have it warm. And we've tried to make the most of it, but no. We want winter. Winter is good, especially when it's winter time. Snowpack is good, and not just so that we have something to play on and play with.
This is where we were walking before. The river is never flooded like this.
So we've had warm weeks with lots of rain, flooding, all kinds of stuff. And then we had a bit of snow, which was nice. Not quite a foot of snow. It was very welcome. We made use of it.
Okay, first show me what this is. Tell me what this is you've got in your hands.
A snow chicken.
All right, well, let's see it.
Bark!
From that angle, it really does look like a chicken. All right, what else have we got here? That's one snowman.
This is a snowman. She made him.
What's this? Are those moose turds?
No, that's rocks.
Oh, they're rocks. Oh, and a little bit of,
A thing Mama caught off the ends of a cat. So we could use it.
Okay, so we have carrot mouths here.
Noses.
Carrot noses, okay.
That's a teenage one. It's got a
And those are also pebbles instead of moose turds?
Yes.
Well, I think you should just use moose turds next time.
Why do you need moose tods?
Because they're all around.
But then it warmed up even more. It warmed up so much that last Saturday we went to the beach for some metal detecting and beach combing. Like, we normally can't do that in January.
Crappy bullet.
Look, Mom.
See, I like that. You're going to the library?
Yes, you like it? I made it myself.
I do. I like it.
And then the next day on Sunday, there was still enough snowpack left. We were able to ride the horses around in their yard. We usually can't do that in January either.
Get your leg over, jump. Jump.
Hi, Dandy.
Hey, bud. Candy gopher.
I sit.
Come on, you lazy loaf.
I stayed on. That was good.
Come on, Ted.
Mama? Well, I guess we got more exercise in a minute than we thought we did. The rest of the time I was riding you.
Yeah, who knew Ted could kick like that?
I didn't know I could stay on for that.
Yeah.
If you're the right, you can't break a bone. And you think that I could stay on for that big thing.
Do you have some sass for me? You'd better not. Everybody's
A little
got
bit of
something
sass
crazy
might be
today.
preferable to how slow he usually goes.
Nobody wants to be ridden in the snow, apparently. This is a bad horse, Zeke. Come on, Zeke. Get up there.
I'm gripping with my legs and stuff.
Good. Long way to fall off the Zeke.
Long way.
Come on, Zeke. Try on, bye.
So again, I said we're trying to make the most of it, but this past week has been on and off rain, and when it's raining, we don't do a whole lot other than the chores and stuff we absolutely have to do. Little bit of extra baking. So we've, it's been on and off rain.
The ducks in general, though, are loving it. I have it on good authority that ducks like rain. They like to whittle waddle in the rain. And there they go.
During breaks in the rain, we've been able to have other little visits to the beach. That time, the only metal that we dug up was more garbage, but it's nice to get out, when it's been raining for days and days. Rain when it's wintertime is a little bit different. Usually by now the ground is frozen, so when it rains, it doesn't soak into the ground, it just runs off.
So here's a big pond of snow and ice and water that is melting and flowing across the road, flooding this area on the other side. This is something that usually happens in spring. Right now, everything around here looks like April.
Or it gathers anywhere that there's a basin. Wherever it gathers in a basin, it's going to freeze. Whatever that water level it is that's sitting there, it's going to freeze into a solid block of ice, and that could be really bad for any plants growing in that area. All that runoff is creating flooding all over the area.
So here's our rose and lilac bushes, and it's just like a river flowing over their roots. Here's a neighbor's place. We've got a pond, but also some really nice green grass.
The river that we have to cross to get into town is higher than we've ever seen it. It might even take out the bridge. Hopefully not. People's basements and crawl spaces are flooding. It's not as much of an issue for those of us that build up off the ground, but I definitely feel for them. Trails are closed. Dog sled races have been postponed. We used to have a local dog sled race around here, the Tustamina 200. That's only been held once in the past decade. It used to be a regular thing, before that, but it's kind of a shame because we really do enjoy dog mushing and watching races.
That's where the snowman was. So here's the Anchor River, and it's actually not as bad as before, and that's because the ice jam is gone. So even though there's a lot more water flowing right now, there's a lot less flooding right now. And that's because that ice jam has cleared out. But that's still a lot of water flowing.
Now, the cold down south has been in the news, but usually when people get the old polar vortex down there, we have it unseasonably warm up here. We notice that happening year after year. Everybody's down there is like, oh, it's so crazily cold here. And, well, it's kind of crazily warm up here. You stole our weather. Stop stealing our weather. Crying out loud. The worst part is that it's about to get really cold, like single digits, maybe even a little bit below zero. Whatever water hasn't already run off is going to freeze, like into sheets of glare ice. So we're going to have ice everywhere, anywhere that it's not already completely melted everything. Anywhere that the ground thawed enough to let water in is also going to freeze. Like there could be extra frost heaving and frost jacking this winter compared to usual. If there's a lot of extra water in the ground, that's a lot of extra expansion when freezing happens. So people's foundations might have problems if they aren't down deep enough. So we wouldn't mind getting cold if we had decent snow, but there's not a decent snow in the forecast. So we're going to have serious cold, random ice in random places, but no snow. Snow is kind of important for insulating the ground.
We were a little bit concerned about how this is going to affect the soil, as it's definitely going to refreeze with all of this water in the ground. And we were concerned that garlic that we had planted in fall was not going to do well, but we planted garlic in some raised beds similar to these. They seem to be draining pretty well, So I'll have to check that out later today when we go to the new house and see what the garlic is looking like. I hope we just didn't lose all of our garlic.
Snowpack is important for spring plant growth. We might end up getting a very dry spring with much higher fire danger without good snowpack. So we do want good snowpack. There is still time for that, though we're kind of running out of time. I do hope we get an actual winter this winter. Stay tuned. If we get an actual winter, there's lots of cool videos we're going to make once we have snow to play around in and do actual wintry Alaskan things that we love doing. And if we didn't love doing them, we wouldn't live here. But for now, it's like we just have to tolerate it. So stay tuned. We're probably going to have some more weather-related videos coming in the near future.